No, I was pretty satisfied. I thought it was a great game of football. I thought Scotland really stood up and we counted, and in return so did we, and test matches are called test matches because they're a test of your mental resolve and your skill, and both teams really contributed to a fine match. So we're happy, and because we came out on top, and there was a few things that we've got to get better at, no doubt about that, but we expected what we got because Scotland have been slowly improving over the last 12 to 18 months, and it was a pretty impressive performance.
Steve, you said that you wanted to see an improvement in discipline. Do you believe you got that tonight?
Well, without seeing the tape, so you can compare apples with what the ref was looking at. The offsides were mainly in the 5 metres out, so we'll have to have a look at that. But at face value, you'd have to say no. We had 2 people in the yellow carded, so no, would be.
Was that Wyatt penalty? That was what you had the issue with last week in Paris. Is that correct? In terms of that getting sucked into that.
Well, no, he thought the ball was out, obviously, and he made a decision. A split-second decision. Sometimes you're going to get those right, and you're going to get them wrong. And the ref obviously felt that he got it wrong, so felt White got it wrong, not the ref, because they're never wrong.
Kieran, was that one of the more hostile atmospheres that you've played in?
I wouldn't say hostile. I think it was a great crowd. There's certainly passionate fans up here. Respect the game and good knowledge of the game. So it's certainly fun to be a part of. They got him behind the Scots as they should. They played really well and certainly found their voice, which is great. For us, it was just an awesome atmosphere to play in.
Kieran, the All Blacks are famed for finishing games strongly in the final quarter. Were you surprised to see Scotland still coming so strongly at you in that last period?
I wasn't surprised. I guess we got in a position where we should have closed out the game, and in the past perhaps we've done that better. So even 5 minutes to go, we had a chance just to really settle it down, and I think we're still 12 points up then, I guess, and we've got to be better at that. But full credit to Scotland. I thought they fought right from that first whistle to the 80th and kept coming at us. So for them it was great credit to that.
Steve, what were you thinking when Stuart Hogg skipped through?
Oh, hopefully someone's going to tackle him. Didn't have much time to think about anything else. He's run that quick.
How good a defensive play was that from a guy noted a lot of occasions for his attacking fleet?
Oh yeah, he's a class player, Bowden, and he's done that before. I think he made a tackle in South Africa once, hooked someone down from behind right in the corner, and he's good at that. So it took a special player to stop a special player. I thought Hogg was pretty good tonight.
Steve, how big was your scrum tonight? I mean, they won another big one every week.
Well, they won 2 big ones really, and down to 7 men. So pretty proud of them.
Kieran, how does it feel to get things going like it did in the first half, and you've got the defensive line right in your face, so you're trying to put everything in classes?
It's a hard one. I think we've got to back our skill. I think for us in that first half it wasn't a skill thing. It was probably we're just 5% off, maybe attitudinally, really, and it just made it harder for ourselves. We're not winning gain lines. We're not winning a chance to make the Scots go backwards. So they had front foot ball. They were coming up off the line really quick. So those are those little things in a game that, in a test match, you're winning those. You generally get the rub of the green. So we found it probably a bit easier in that second half when we got those little plays right.
That 5% attitude, where does that come from?
It comes from within. It starts with the individual, doesn't it? And so we just got to look at ourselves and our prep and see what we can do better.
Ian, defensively, what are teams showing that is making it a challenge for the All Blacks to get what they're trying to achieve, particularly from a back line point of view?
Well, I think every team you play at this level is a challenge, because everyone's got pretty established systems, and so if you listen to what Rito was saying, I think he's hit on the money. I thought off set piece we were pretty comfortable in terms of the gain line. We won some great line out ball. As the game went on, I thought we really controlled the gain line, but we we got ourselves into occasions that we tried to force things when we probably just needed to have a bit more patience, and Scotland had a bit more patience in that first half than us. But overall, I think when it mattered, particularly in the second half, I thought a lot of the things we did, the nice touches that came through, and actually we looked pretty tidy when that happened.
Steve, do you think, given the improvement in Northern Hemisphere rugby, that a result like this almost has to be accepted by New Zealanders, and I guess embraced, that you're able to get out of a tough situation?
Well, they don't have too many choices about accepting it, because it is what it's a fact. Do they understand that this is a good team? Some will and some won't. Life's a little bit like that. We prejudge. We're very judgmental humans when we shouldn't be. And but the people that understand the game will know that Scotland played particularly well, and they'll know that they've beaten Australia this year. They've beaten other teams, and I think that's the first loss they've had at home in their last 5 games. Is that right? So, that tells you they're not a bad side. And in the Six Nations, they had a really good campaign. So they're a team on the rise, and World Rugby at the moment has got some good teams, which is I reckon really exciting for rugby. We've just seen England tip over Australia down there in what was a really tight game. The score doesn't suggest that, but right until the last 10 minutes it was really, really tight. Fiji just about tipped over Ireland, and Scotland were well on the hunt tonight and could have easily won the game. So rugby's in a good place, and everyone back home was telling us how they were getting bored with us being dominant. Well, they'll just have to go away and have a cup of tea and think about that.
What was it like to arrive today with all the fans that were sort of up above you and the bagpipes kind of piping you in and things like that? Did it kind of just
It's not a distraction. I think it's one of the pleasures of playing international rugby around the world, and here in Edinburgh and Murrayfield, it's I certainly enjoy it. And for us as rugby players, we love playing in atmospheres where the crowd's into it. As I said before, the Scots know their rugby. They respect the game, respect the players. So it was enjoyable.
Kieran, can I ask what you and Dottie, you went over, shook his hand when you came out? Can we ask you just a little conversation about it?
Oh, look, it's hard to say too much. I think for him, I said, "Mate, you're looking well," and he got out there pretty good. So, look, our thoughts are, with him and as well. So, I know the Scots are doing a great thing from this game and donating their jerseys. So it's awesome.
Steve, any injuries?
Rico's got a sore shoulder, rotor cuff, so I don't know how bad that'll be until the morning. And Lukey's plantar fascia's finally given up on him, so it'll be the end of him he'll just be making the tea this week.
Steve, looking back, any of the team you played against today would have made the line?
The old loaded gun question. Oh well, you've loaded it, so I may as well pull it. Well, I thought so at the time, so I think what I said two things at the start when the lines were named. I thought maybe there were some people that were good enough to be in the team. And the second thing I said, though, it does show the strength of that line side, that no one was. And I still say that. Selectors get to pick who they like. And just ask some of the Kiwi boys back home. We never appease everybody, selectors. And there's always good, if you've got a lot of talent, and when you're picking from England, Wales, Scotland and Ireland, you've got a lot of talent at your disposal at the moment, and some good people missed out from all of those countries probably. Sadly, it felt like the Scottish were the biggest losers in that selection process, but at the same time, it was a tremendously good side, so I don't think you want to dwell on it too much. It's probably time to move on and be really thankful for the team you have got and how good they are going to be.
Last couple of questions. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, well, you media guys get all excited about that, but and ladies, but it's not about anyone pitting swords against somebody else. It's about a team versus a team. So, are we looking forward to going to Wales and playing Wales? Yeah, we are. Really looking forward to it.
Steve, what
Last
are
question,
what
thanks, Mark.
are the big positives you take out of today? Because I guess there might be people that focus a little bit on the negatives, but what are the positives do you guys take forward?
Well, if you start on the positives, you'll be a leading light, so you'll help those that aren't. I think the biggest positive we can take is we played a very, very good side who put us under pressure and we found a way to win. We found a way to win playing with, 20 minutes of the game with 14 players. We found a way to win a scrum under our goalposts with old Skip having to go to lock, and he don't like that much.
That's where Powerful came from.
Well, you could start there next week then, eh, son? So I think the other positives for us, like we've got it, we've said it all year. We're in a year where we're getting challenged, both mentally and skill wise, and we're trying to get better all the time. Everyone else is getting better. We have to, and through a bit of adversity with injuries and whatnot, we're exposing a lot of people to Test rugby and the pressures that come with that. So to be able to get the win against what was a really good side tonight was pretty pleasing.